good morning, and you're welcome to the Freelance episode 4. And today we have a beautiful guest with us, and I would like her to introduce herself, and then we'll kickstart from there. Hello, beautiful lady. Please, what's your name?
Hello, Doris. My name is Karen. Karen
Okay.
Eden.
Edem, Karen Edem. You're welcome to the freelancer episode. We are glad you could come and join us today. So we'd like to hear about your freelance story. How long have you been freelancing and how did you start freelancing? How did you hear about freelancing and how did you start freelancing?
Okay, yeah, I have been freelancing for 1 year plus now. I celebrated
Okay.
1 year in January this year.
Okay.
So I'm like
Happy 1 year
getting,
anniversary.
getting to 2 years now. Yeah, how
Okay.
did I hear about freelancing? Yeah, my story is very, very interesting.
Give us
Yeah,
okay.
after COVID, that
Yeah.
should be 2021. Yeah.
2021.
Yeah, that should be 2021, right? That's when
Yeah.
we came out fully from COVID.
Yes.
I followed a page on Instagram
Okay.
that has to do with motherhood. I
Oh.
think the name of the page is called WAM, WAM. And there they actually posted we shared a post on the wall that was related to freelancing about a lady, I think, who working from home. That should be the name of
Okay,
our page.
okay, okay, okay.
That was where I got to hear about remote jobs, freelancing, and the rest. But even with following the blog and all of that, I couldn't really pinpoint where to kickstart,
Okay.
where yeah to start my journey. I heard about it, and then I couldn't afford a fee at that time. How much
How
it was?
much was he charging?
It was about 25 to 50K.
Okay.
And she did this one-on-one session, and then the other one it's like a group stuff there.
Session, like support group.
Yeah, so I just quietly followed her, and I was so ignorant about YouTube, how to get my knowledge, from YouTube, Google, and the rest of it. I was so ignorant about it, so I blindly followed her, but I was still reading some stuff on Google, of which I did not really get much value. So
Okay.
from there, I moved to on Facebook. There's a group I joined on Facebook. They call it them Fin, Fin. I don't know if you heard about it.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
So one day, luckily, as the universe brings
yeah,
everything, a lady
yeah,
made a post there on Fin about freelancing, remote jobs,
yeah.
and then how lucky she was, how she was earning good money, and all of that. So, as a member of the comment readers
Same.
association, I went
Yeah.
all their comments, and luckily for me, I saw a lady. My spirit actually aligned with hers, and I felt like I should reach out to her, that she could be of help to me.
Okay.
An Hausa kind of lady, so I went to her. I went to her DM and I told her where I am, that I love freelancing and all these remote jobs, but I don't know how to get started and where to go look for the job. I've heard about freelancing remote. I tried Indeed, as at that time, following that working woman, whatever that page I told you about on Instagram.
Yeah.
I had I signed up on Indeed and was looking out for jobs. I saw some jobs there, and then some Nigerian pages like that you could get jobs in your location. So I saw some jobs then, although I wasn't allowed to go for them because they were basically marketing and
Okay.
then to pay or 50K, that kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
so then my husband didn't let me go for them. So from there, the lady, after talking to her, I told her I needed names of websites I can go look for
Remote work.
freelancing job. So she
Okay.
mentioned, yeah, on our number one on our list was People Per Hour. She mentioned
Okay.
freelancer.com. She mentioned some other page, and then she also mentioned Upwork. You
Okay.
get. Then I hear Upwork, but I don't know what Upwork was and how to go about it. So when she mentioned that,
Yeah.
I ran into search. I went to People Per Hour, signed up initially, like I told you, and I was rejected.
Oh
you know,
wow.
I was rejected too the first time. So
Okay.
yeah, I was rejected the first time. Now I told you that the other time. So I now tried again, and then luckily for me, I was accepted on People Per Hour, and I started looking out for jobs. From people per
Okay.
hour, I moved down to freelancer.com. I think then I was shoveling between people per hour and freelancer.com when I started newly.
Okay.
So 3 months afterwards, I got a job. But I got some interviews in between then on
Okay. Wow.
people per hour, but I didn't know how to go about it. I can remember running down to that lady when I got my first interview. I was like, "What should I do? How do I go about it?" And people per hour, they have definitely different from Upwork and all of those, all of other, what they call it, freelancing sites. So how do
Okay.
I do? How do I accept? What do I write and all of that? So she did not respond initially on my first interview, so I missed out on that. So the second time I got the job, my long term client I'm still working with. So
Oh
we
wow.
went to the interview, and then everything became history now. So now I'm working with her. So from there, I was comfortable. Our pay is something very comfortable. So I was comfortable then when I joined in January. I got the job in, I think, in November or December, then I resumed in January. So from January, I was comfortable working with her. January, February, March. I think around April, I decided I needed more, but I
Okay.
didn't know how to go about it. And I realized I was just on my own doing my own thing. So I needed a community of freelancers, people I can share knowledge with, people I can gain from their own experiences and all of that. So there in April, I signed up for one community like that on Facebook. I got
Okay.
to meet people, yeah, other freelancers, then learn some other stuff like that. And then I grew actually. So from the community I joined, I now had to go back to. I initially had opened Upwork, but I wasn't. Upwork wasn't
Serious.
a platform that actually tripped me like that. Because it didn't really trip because their pay rate then low, not very, and then some scam jobs. The few jobs I got there were actually scam. So I just left Upwork and then went to concentrate on my people per hour and then freelancer.com. I got jobs on this platform. I do. So
Okay.
in April, after joining the community now, I got to know
Yeah.
about ALX. I don't know if you knew about ALX.
Yes. Yes, I did. Oh,
Oh yeah,
I know.
I'm towing the line of virtual assistant. So I got into their program then
Okay.
in yeah, I got into their program. That should be that September. So I'm not very good with dates though. But I got into their program. So when I graduated, one of their courses then their model was actually setting up an account on LinkedIn.
Yeah, LinkedIn
So
and Upwork.
yeah, it was compulsory. No, then already
Yeah.
I was already in Upwork, so I knew about
Okay.
Upwork.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, then I had joined a community already, so I was on Upwork looking out for jobs. Although I did not get something serious, but I was on Upwork. So from there, ALX brought me to LinkedIn. You know,
Okay. Wow.
yeah, the community I joined actually helped me on the Upwork. Yeah, Upwork because I didn't really like Upwork, but since people were talking about Upwork, jobs on Upwork, and then they have a lot of variety. So I decided to go back to Upwork. Although I open an account then to explore Upwork as well. And mind you, those times that I was working with my woman down to April, I did not have a
Yeah.
laptop then. I was working
Wow.
with my I did not have a laptop. I was
Are
working
you
with my tablet
serious?
and my phone.
Wow.
It and yeah, when I decided to go into Upwork fully was when I was like, I need to get a laptop, before
Wow.
going. So I now got a laptop, and then I started looking out for jobs on Upwork, yeah, and then hey, Lex moved me to LinkedIn. So it's been good. From LinkedIn, I've gotten jobs. I've gotten like 4 offers. I've worked with
Wow.
the 2 people. For the
Wow.
other I didn't get to work with them. There's one there that is still there in the background, although I'm not okay with the space, so I didn't really.
Put
I'm
it there in
yet
the background.
to offer,
Wow.
yeah. So now, January this year was tough for me, kind of. I woke
Oh
up
wow.
and of 2022 to a very low GSS, which affected a whole lot of my,
Wait, hold on, Karen. You're speaking too much jargon. This freelancer episode, not like jargon, like you're complicating the conversation sometimes because you're using terminologies that a random freelancer, a new freelancer
oh
would obviously not be
oh
familiar
oh
with. So this conversation is supposed to be beginners friendly. Someone that
oh.
wants to learn about
Oh,
freelancing and all these
God.
platforms is supposed to
I
be
like
part
this.
of. So let me break it down for those of you that don't understand, because Karen is on another frequency, it's on the freelancers frequency. So from your story, what I gathered was that you you heard about freelancing and you fell in love with the idea, because who wouldn't fall in love with the idea of working from home? And you
Oh,
started, you the people that mentioned the idea of freelancing on Facebook, you reached out to one of them and she gave you a list of sites where you could go and explore. And if I
yeah,
get you correctly, you mentioned people per hour, you mentioned
yeah,
freelancer.com, and she also
yeah,
mentioned Upwork. And you went
yeah,
ahead to create an account with people per hour, correct?
yeah.
So
Yeah, I'm freelance.
your very first freelance job was from people per hour.
Yes, yes,
Okay.
yes.
So when you were on people per hour, what freelance role, what skills did you have, to which skill were you selling on the platform? What skill were you putting out there that clients came and hired you for on people per
Okay.
hour?
Yeah, before going into transitioning into freelancing, I was actually
Okay.
working as a marketing and sales person.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I've worked in an insurance firm. I've also worked in a bank, in the
Okay.
bank. And then from the bank, when I think 2 years after,
Okay.
before COVID, and then I put to bed to my
Freelance.
second baby. So I had to stay at home
Oh
till
wow.
after COVID, yeah, and I needed something else to do. So what
Okay.
I put out there on those platforms was actually my skills that I
The
have
marketing.
learned
Wow.
from, yeah,
That's nice.
from my own side jobs, the marketing, the sales, yeah. I didn't know much about the virtual thing, the digital marketing stuff.
Wow.
But
But
that was,
there's something you said that struck me, was the fact that you said you started pursuing the freelance path even without owning a laptop, because I get it a lot of times. People come into your DM and they are asking, must I have a laptop to start my freelance journey? So listening to your story now, it is not a guarantee to have a laptop, but I feel also that is dependent on the particular job that you'll be
what
doing
you're
and on the
doing. Yeah,
platform that you'll be
yeah,
doing it.
yeah.
So I guess that answers it. In case anybody's listening and wondering, do I have to own a laptop? Because I think I got that question in the last live stream. Someone was asking if they need to have a laptop before they can freelance. So you don't need to own a laptop. However, it is important to have one based on the kind of job you're offering and
Yeah,
the platform you're in. So
yeah.
are there apart from people per hour, freelancer.com, Upwork, are there other freelance platforms you have tried and gotten jobs from?
Yeah, for me, where I've gotten jobs, people per hour, freelancer.com, Facebook. I've gotten jobs on Facebook.
Oh wow, really? Social
On
media
LinkedIn.
platforms as well. Wow.
Yes,
So okay,
you know,
now
Facebook,
if
the
someone
Facebook
wants
now.
to, how does or how can someone get jobs from platforms like LinkedIn and Facebook? Please, is there like a guide? What do I need to do? Like I'm a newbie and maybe I have set up an Upwork account and I have run out of my connections, because we know Upwork gives you
I work,
connections to apply
yeah,
for jobs.
yeah,
And
yeah,
I
yeah.
really want to work remotely. How do I use social media, Twitter, Facebook, and LinkedIn to get jobs? Is there any like special tip
I
you
have
can?
not, I have not explored Twitter, but I know people are getting jobs from Twitter as well.
Okay, the
So you
ones you've
can,
explored, at least Facebook and LinkedIn. I know you say you've gotten
for
4 jobs
me,
from LinkedIn.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, I've gotten jobs from Facebook and LinkedIn. So LinkedIn, this is how I got my job.
Yeah.
I had when I got my job, I had less than the 2,000 followers on LinkedIn,
Wow.
connection on LinkedIn. But I used to, if you go through my history on LinkedIn, I used to post valuable content.
Oh wow.
Valuable content like they are not random experience stories. They're not random stories. They had to do with my yeah, my niche, where I am, my experiences, and then the things out there that I should as a virtual assistant offer to my clients. So I was actually
Okay.
based on those core things on my LinkedIn. And I can remember client, one potential client that actually reached out to me, said he saw my comment on a post somewhere and then he liked my tagline. My tagline is one unique one. Yeah. So
Yeah,
he
it
said,
is.
yeah. So he liked it, and then that's how he got to talking to with me. And then the other job, I got it. One thing about me about LinkedIn that stopped me from coming on LinkedIn before now was because I am not a social person. That was
Okay.
my weakness. I don't relate to people like that. So on
Okay.
Facebook day, I was on Facebook day, Instagram, basically followed by people that I know personally,
Okay.
or people
Yeah.
that actually reached out to me. You get. But on
Yeah.
LinkedIn, to succeed, you have to reach out to people.
Yeah. I
You don't have
agree.
to wait for people to come to you. So
Yes.
that's how I got my second job. My second job was me reaching out to people.
Okay.
I
Okay.
connected,
How were you reaching out to them, please?
yeah, this is what
You
I
were
did.
saying, okay.
I went on the search. Then I connected with people that had businesses.
Okay.
Yeah, and after connecting with them, I now had to send them a little intro about me. Hi, this is Karen. Thank you for being a part of my. Okay. I think I said happy to connect or something or whatever. All of those stuff. Then below it, and I'm like, oh, this is what I do. A little intro about me. This is what I do. I'm Karen. I have with this. I am a bank marketer turned a virtual assistant. Then with special. Okay, with experience in offering marketing and sales assistance, something like that I wrote down. So I
Yes.
reached out to a lot of people in their DMs and I got a lot of response. And this guy was like, fine, I'm looking out for someone to market my business,
Okay.
to be, yeah, posting up content on my pages, on my Facebook, my Instagram, and then also managing my Shopify account
Wow.
and the rest of it. That is how I got
The
my
job.
clients on LinkedIn.
Wow. You know, a
And
lot
then,
of times a lot of times we tell people the power of using platforms like social media platforms to get jobs, because the crime I would say we commit as freelancers is probably to limit ourselves to just one platform. And I
yeah,
think currently Upwork and Fiverr are the ones like that are on top of the chart. And
yeah,
every other day, I tell people every other week, someone else is creating a new
the
Upwork
platform.
account. Someone
Mm,
is creating a new freelance account. Someone is
yeah,
creating even a new freelancing platform for freelancers to still come and
yeah,
register and do. But I believe if you try one and it's not working, because I hear a lot of people complain of Upwork, of not succeeding on Upwork. As much as I believe that there's success on Upwork, while you're holding on to that one, feel free to
try
also
something.
build a brand. Yes, like on
Yeah,
LinkedIn, build a brand on LinkedIn, like the way you mentioned, you reaching out to people, talking or sharing valuable content on your posts and reaching out to them on your DMs. That is very useful information, because you also mentioned that you're not so social, you're not much of a social person. So
yeah, I'm
if
not.
you want to be a freelancer, you have to change who you are. You have to be
Change.
more outgoing. You have to go for what it is you actually want so you can get it. So LinkedIn is the place. So how did you get the Facebook job? I'm really interested in that one. How did you get the Facebook job?
Oh, Facebook, eh?
Yeah.
This community that I join here, frequently we do have this, I don't know how they call it, this general like a discussion on Zoom, and people will share
Okay.
their experiences.
Okay.
So yeah, one of those experience like that, one of those sessions like that, somebody shared her experience on getting jobs on Facebook. She said you have to go look for groups. That's what I do. So I go, if you want, you're looking for jobs in the real estate, you go look for real estate groups.
Oh wow. On
And
Facebook.
yeah, it's on Facebook. Then you
Okay.
go there. When you go there, you can sell yourself via post creating content on there, or you can
Okay.
sell yourself via commenting on other people's posts,
Post.
or you can also sell yourself via DMing.
Oh wow. That's, you see people that you feel need your services and you
Yes,
direct send them the direct message.
and you go talk to them, or you join some other groups like some groups that will actually post job offers. They are like being a virtual assistant. There are a lot of groups out there on Facebook
Yeah,
that
I think
post.
I'm in one of them, and sometimes I see some posts. Though sometimes some posts come and they're looking for virtual assistants in a certain region,
Yes,
but I always see posts that are coming for people that need virtual assistants. And there was one particular one I've actually filled a couple, but have never succeeded in getting one yet. But I
okay.
think it's all part of the job search process, and it's a
It's
good one to
process,
have.
yeah.
It's a good one to have in your bag. Okay, so which other platform have you used apart from the ones you mentioned so far to get
There is,
jobs?
I've not explored it. Okay, I think I've used Fiverr, but I wasn't serious with it. I just created one offer like that and left. But I
Okay,
will go.
so you'll go back to Fiverr. Okay, so I heard Fiverr do mostly short-term gigs. I haven't tried Fiverr. If
Yeah,
I'm being honest,
pay low.
Okay. The pay is low as well. So comparing
That's
people
just
per
because.
hour, how
Mm.
in comparing people per hour and Upwork, which one would you say it has a more smoother user interface? Like if someone was new to people per hour and
Mm.
someone was new to Upwork, which one do you think would be easier to navigate through based on your
Yeah,
experience?
Upwork is actually easier to
Okay.
navigate. It's easier to navigate. It's straightforward. You go there, and I don't know. For me, that's it. It's straight forward. But the people per hour, it's not very easy to navigate like that. But then, when I joined people per hour, their pay was actually very attractive. And you know the
Okay,
pay.
so it changed. They pay in pounds.
Yes, mostly jobs are in pounds.
Oh
People per
wow.
hour the UK now with the United Kingdom.
Oh, I didn't
Yeah.
know. I didn't know.
Mm-hmm.
What
So
a
that
freelancer.com.
freelance.com, you see most of Indians, most of those Indian guys, those are
Yeah.
like that's just there, yeah. But I met my first client was from what do you call that place? It has to do with all these India kind of in the country like that. That's where it's from. But people are getting offers there. Like I got my own offer there. But
Okay.
I'm not, yeah, on freelancer.com. You have what one thing about freelancer.com, you have to be fast when they
Oh,
post when they post out those jobs. You have to be fast.
yeah.
And then my own job, that my first client there was because I read the job posting and I
Okay.
followed through. A lot of people will do
The
this template
instruction.
stuff. Yeah, they
Yes.
won't even read the instruction, they'll just throw in proposals. So I read through it and I responded directly to what he was saying. So he reached out to me. But freelancer.com is also very easy to maneuver, to navigate. It's not that complicated. Hey Doris, are you still there?
Again. Sorry about that. So, okay, so what else I going to so what do you do on Upwork, please? What do you
Oh
do? And
yeah.
like what there's something I saw you do. Like, sometimes people are confused about the skills to offer online. So what do you do on Upwork and how did you what do you do as a freelancer and how did you get to choose that skill or that path that you're now on?
Yeah. Okay, like if you follow through my conversation with you,
Yeah.
I've mentioned the marketing. That
Yes,
is
marketing is
where,
one.
yeah, that is where
Yeah.
I came in from. I came here, I
Yeah.
have the experience, the on-site experience, marketing, and
Yes.
then as well as customer service as well. So not
Okay.
really much of customer service, but yeah, as a marketer, you should be able to offer customer services as well.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
that's where I've tuned to on my people per hour, on my LinkedIn. Although now I want to explore other aspects of the virtual assistant, not just only in marketing and sales. I want to explore. I would love to explore, but that is where I am right now. I do lead generation. I do email first line. I write email first line. I help with
Okay.
email marketing. I help
So
with
sorry,
content.
sorry to cut you off. For the email first line, you just
Mm.
write the first line and not the body of the email.
Yeah, you're not writing the body of
Wow.
the all. You're writing the email face lines, the personalized. You have to research on the clients
Wow.
you want to write on. You have to research.
Yeah.
There's how you go about it, and then
Yes.
you now have to craft something very unique that
Yes.
when the client opens the email and sees that first line, will actually
Yeah.
be
You
will
open it
stick
up.
reading it here. So that is it. It's not just the whole of the email, but the first line.
Okay. Okay, so what advice would you give to someone that wants to start their freelance journey and are confused about which platform to choose, what skill to sell on the platform? As in, just give someone counsel, someone that just wants to explore the freelance space and needs guidance as to how to start. What's the
Yeah, when
advice?
I have people reach out to me, I'll ask you, what can you do?
Okay, what can I
Keyword,
do?
what can you really do? You don't have to be a specialist, You don't
Okay,
have to be perfect in anything with freelancing. You don't have to be perfect because you can get up here to be very lucky to get a client that teaches you what to do.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
I think I experienced.
yeah, I do email first line, not based on them. I had experience before now, but purely on Upwork. I got clients that gave me jobs that has to do with email first line, and then they taught me how to go about it.
Oh
You
wow.
get, you don't have to be perfect to be perfect in a particular skill, but you just have to be open minded and
Yeah.
eager to learn as well. So you can get a tax. I recently stumbled on a tax that I don't know, I shared it on LinkedIn that I was so confused on what to do.
Oh wow.
But
The
I really do it because I need to gain that experience. I wanted, I don't want to be in this position that I am in next year. Now, how will I tell someone, I'm
yeah.
freelancing and look at where I am? I should be able to have a lot of skills to tell you, oh, this is what I can do. I can do this, I can do that, and all of that. So you have to be open to learning new skills, exploring as well, partnering with other people. I've reached out to you, Doris, on different occasions. It has to be with core administrative
Yeah.
tax because I am not of that. Yeah, I'm not really, although I want to explore. Do you get?
Yeah.
So you have to reach out to people. You have to learn yourself on YouTube. You have to learn yourself, yeah, on Google. You also have to be open to learning from your employers and your employees as well. Because like I remember on different occasions, I reached out to one of my colleagues to like I saw her do something and I'm like I would love to learn. Can you tell me
Okay.
how you do this? She taught me. So next time I'll put it on Upwork that I can do it.
Oh wow, that's nice. That's nice. So most times people feel like they need. I've had people that say, let them go and get a certification or let them go and learn so much more about a particular course, so they can start offering that skill as their freelance skill. But a lot of times I tell them, start with what you already know, start with it and
Yeah.
learn on the job, because just like you said, sometimes you will see job postings and the person making the post is saying, I am willing to train you, training is
Change
going to be part of what you're getting. And a lot of times they do that, they mean what they do, because the jobs are offering training you so you can also deliver the best for the companies. And I've also been very fortunate that my first job also, what the guy actually does, whatever thing he wants me to do, he will first of all create a loom video for me explaining, do this, do this, do this. And at the end of the day, in my course of execution, and I become like, what do I do? What do I do? I simply go back to the video that's now in my
video.
mail, play the
Yeah.
video, and I know what to do.
Learn.
And in
Yeah.
sometimes when a video is not provided and it's something you can look for on YouTube, I quickly do a quick search on
Explore.
YouTube and
Mhm.
I know how to do it. I've had a job interview also where the guy asked me about a particular software that I did not know about. I've only heard about it. But the moment he asked about it, I quickly left it was a chat interview, so not a Zoom interview. So I can't leave a Zoom interview. That would be
Yeah.
unprofessional. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
So I quickly left the chat interview, and I quickly went to YouTube and I just did like a quick search for the particular software he was asking about. Why was I doing a search? I wanted to see if it was something I could learn overnight or was something that
Yeah.
was very complicated, so I would know how my next response would be.
Yes.
So
Yes.
when he asked if I could use it, I just simply said that I was familiar with it. And that's a nice way to say I know about it, but I don't know so much about it without sounding like I don't know.
I
So I
do
just said,
that.
I am familiar with the use of this particular software. And he asked, what do they use it for? And thanks to watching the video, I was able to say chat support and all that. And do you know, I got the job. And even after I had gotten the job, he also sent me a demo on how to use the
Use
software,
it.
as if to say he didn't know, as if he knew that I didn't really know
Very, very
how I was going to do
familiar.
it. So it made my whole job a whole lot easier, because once you learn that new skill, you're able to add it to your bag or your
Yeah.
toolkit as a freelancer. It makes you better experience. It makes you
Mhm.
boldness to even increase your rates when customer is
And your
saying that
portfolio,
this
it
is what
makes
they
your
want to pay
portfolio
you.
rich.
Oh, it feels
Yeah.
so good. Do you know this morning I woke up to a job I applied to. The guy responded back and he was offering to pay $50, $20 to $30 a week. That's $200 in a month. And
Mm,
when I started my freelance journey, that would have excited me. But over
mm.
time, based on knowledge and experience,
It no
that
longer
is
does.
not
Yeah, yeah.
exciting. And I just quickly asked him, how many hours are you going to be asking for this rate that you are asking? He has not responded. But if he's saying something like 30 hours, then I know this
Yeah.
guy is not for me. So I so I just want to put it out there that as a starting freelancer, you might in your course of gaining your experiences, your rates might not be all there. So
I
start
hear.
with what you have. Start with a rate that is affordable, something someone can pay you willingly, even though they know you're just starting. We know you know your experience, or you know you're trying to learn. So start with a reasonable rate so you can get your first hire, your second hire. Then when you're getting your third, fourth, fifth, sixth hire, and so on, you can now start charging your worth. The more you explore platforms, the
But
more you would learn and the more you know. So
yeah.
Karen, you want to say
But
something?
there is like for me now, if I see a job in a tax that I am not familiar with, even
Yeah,
when you say you're paying me so low, but
yeah.
because I want to learn, if it's something I want to learn, okay, I'll be willing to take it. Just
Yeah,
so
it
I
depends. It also depends on how low they are going. There are some tax that will give you low. Like,
but
I understand what you want to say because I also had an interview this same last week. The guy was willing to pay $6 an hour, but because
mm,
there was training attached to it, because I was insisting on $10 an hour, and he
mm,
was saying, "Yes, I know you're experienced and all that," but he was now saying that the company were going to provide training. And he also mentioned that they were going to review the pricing after 6 weeks.
after a
So that
while,
was the only condition I was even using to consider, because I didn't want to make it look as if I was there for the price, because this was an interview process and he was asking
yeah,
you how much is your rate, and you're telling him, okay, $10 an hour and all that, and he's saying, would you be willing to take six, and we promise that after 6 weeks you can review it based on your performance and all that. So I know we want to learn, I know we want to grow, but man, $1 an
we need
hour,
the
even for
money.
a newbie, is a slap on your face. Don't do
We
that.
need the
Don't
money.
do that. Don't do that. So, Karen, we're about to wrap up the stream now. And I don't know, I'm wondering if you have any last words for future freelancers, aspiring freelancers,
Yeah.
experienced
Yeah.
freelancers, any last words for anybody trying to make it on the freelance space? What are
Yeah.
your secrets? How are you surviving? How do you manage your time? How are you able to freelance effectively, especially in Nigeria? Please share with us so we can wrap up the
Yeah,
stream.
yeah. What I would say to anybody that wants to join freelancing, first of all, put away every fear. Just dream big. Dream big. It might not come out now, but it will come out then. And how do you even dream? Dream big and also work towards your dream. It's not dreaming and not doing anything. So if like you are a freelancer already and then you are earning very low rates and you want to earn higher, what do? Explore other skills, go research what is working out, what is it that people are really looking for at the moment, and then go and learn them. Go and learn the skill. You can learn it on YouTube. You don't need to pay so much money to learn a lot of stuff. So you can
But
learn them on
if
YouTube.
you need to pay, also pay.
Yes, you need to pay, but you don't
No,
need to pay so much at the
when you
beginning.
need to pay, pay. I know most people are afraid of paid courses. I'm just saying, if the occasion demands that you make payments, make payments. If you can get it
Yeah.
free, get it for free.
Yes. Yeah, and it's also good to get it for free and also get payments. That is, and
Yeah.
also get the paid course. Now that is the reason why I got my knowledge of freelancing free, but I needed a paid stuff to put me up. So
Okay.
once you need to get a paid stuff. Even when you get the free stuff will not tell you everything.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's also good you get the paid one as well and then learn from it. But whatever it is, what I'm trying to say is that initially, if you don't have the money, like when I started, I did not have the money to afford the laptop. I did not have the money to afford I bid 25 to 50K that the lady, the first person, was looking for. I didn't have the money. But when I actually progressed, YouTube, Google, and then learning from other people, I now had the money to pay for courses. Like this year, I'm targeting something and I will pay for the courses and learn as well.
Yeah.
Do you get? At the moment, you can kickstart from somewhere. And whatever it is about freelancing, like I said initially, you don't have to be perfect.
Yeah.
You don't have to be perfect. Just go explore it. And then please don't go lying. Then one other thing is that you can say you can do this. Apply for jobs you can do. There are common jobs out there that you don't even need skills to do it. Like if someone is
Example.
telling Yeah. Someone's telling you go on Google. Some lead generation jobs, you don't need so much skills to do it.
Yeah. Just go
You
on
go
Google
on
and get
Google
it.
and then get whatever information you need, and then you deliver to the person. Like most of like the first one job like that, one of the first job I got on LinkedIn was market research.
Okay.
Yeah, and the guy gave me the topic and told me, okay, fine, go research on this topic. And I was working with slides to the
Okay.
presentation. Uh-huh. So what do? I go research on the topic and then put it out. And he was checking. I was like, he's gonna check for me to see what I'm doing, if I'm doing well. And then he
Okay.
followed through. That was why I did more than 30 of those slides for him. He was
Wow.
always coming back for the tax for me to do it for him. So sometimes on Upwork, that's one thing I like about Upwork is that you don't have to be a specialist to gain jobs on Upwork. There are
Yeah.
simple things you can do on
There
Upwork
was
without.
there, there was one particular job I did on Upwork. Like even myself, I was not asking myself like this one too is a job, and the pay was great. So now this guy has a spreadsheet full of locations in the United States. So they were
Mm,
going to do like a book sales like again. So I needed to
mm.
get data on the churches in the United States. Imagine that kind of job. So all I do is go. I go to Google. It's the generation now. I go to Google and I just type churches in California. So when I get the church is just list. All I do was copy
Hey,
and paste. I copy
I've
the
done that
church's
with
address, copy the church's phone
the
number, the church's social media handle,
social media
email
handle.
address, and that is what
Yeah.
I do. So for that particular job, do you know that I had to generate like over 1,500 churches?
Please,
But
yeah.
I did the first batch, quick turnaround time. The time he wanted in 2 weeks, I delivered. He came again, and I think for that first one, he paid about I think $250 or was it 125? I can't remember the exact figure, but it's between 125 to 250. So just convert that into naira for
Yeah,
just
those
doing
things.
copy and pasting. More
Yeah, so that's why I say you don't have to have so much
real.
skill. And you can
Yeah,
also focus on, you can just focus on that lead generation.
exactly.
And then
That's
you will
all
see
you
your
do
money.
with your
Practically, like,
samples on your portfolio. Just putting them
yeah.
there, let people know that you
You put
can
it
gather
on
information for them
lead
very fast.
generation. And you share samples of the work you've done. I've actually
Yeah.
got a job on Facebook, although I'm not following through with that guy because he's yet to give me a contract. I told him give me a
Okay.
contract and keep postponing. What do I do is to go on Facebook, look for names of a particular company, gym centers, fitness centers in a location in the US. You can pick your own location. I can say
Yeah.
California, I can say Florida. And then I just list out those things for him, about 100 of them. What's there to do that? In less than 2 hours, I'm done with that job now, or 3 hours. I'm
So,
done with the job. So you don't need to be. That's one thing about Upwork. Anybody can get a job. A lawyer can get a job. A doctor can get a job. A nurse can get a job on Upwork. An accountant can get a job. A surveyor can get a job on Upwork.
they just
Whatever
need
you.
guidance and the proper
Yeah.
profile optimization. So as much as so that's it. Thank you so much, Ryan, for coming. So let's just end the stream with a few words. As much as the freelance space is broad and wide for everybody to explore, there's some key things that are important, which are your skills and your determination to succeed. So
Yeah.
our guest today has listed top or basic freelance platforms you can explore. She listed people per hour, freelancer.com, Fiverr, Upwork, which is our beloved Upwork that we've been
LinkedIn,
exploring, and social media platforms as well, LinkedIn, Facebook, and
Facebook,
Twitter. I know someone has gotten a
Instagram
job
as well.
from
Yeah.
Twitter.
Instagram.
So if you are willing or you're ready to launch into freelancing proper, you need to launch and dive in, be brave, like she said. Just go in and get the jobs. There's so much job opportunities out there that one cannot just rely on remote work, submitting applications here and there, trekking under the sun until your shoe is looking
And
towards
don't be
heaven.
comfortable with just one job. Don't be comfortable with just one
Calm down
job.
and let them get one job first now.
No,
So,
yeah.
uh, so that said, we have come to the end of the stream. Now you know options that you have. Feel free to explore them, and hopefully one day we'll get you back on this same freelance episode where you tell us about your freelance journey and how smooth and easy or difficult it has been for you. But the point is, don't give up. Keep pushing,
Yeah.
keep pushing. Freelancers are making it all over Nigeria and the world at
You
large.
make it,
So why
yeah.
can't you make it as well? So thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for rewatching. For those of you that will rewatch, we have come to the end of this stream. Thank you so much, Karen, for coming around. Feel free to drop your questions. Feel free to drop a comment. Don't forget to like. And if you're not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe. Till I come your way next time, I remember your host on this freelance episode, The Freelancer. And see you next time when I come with another beautiful guest who would share more light on the whole freelancing. And till then, see you.
Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.